Hey y'all, a quick update on the greenhouse. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the plastic on it today. I think we're going to wait until we have some of my little plants got burnt a bit. But they're okay. They are doing okay. Some of them are doing fabulously. The calendula especially. Then these pretty snaps. These are, if you're familiar with the Madam Butterfly variety, these are the Madam Butterfly, and I think that they're like the, let me see what my tag says. The cherry. And they are the bronze cherry, and they are beautiful, beautiful. But anyway, I wanted to take you around and show you how far we got on it yesterday. And then we're just going to postpone until probably about Tuesday. We're expecting several days of rain. Look, Tuck's over there. He's hunting. You'll see the others around somewhere. They usually hunt in a group. But I'm not going to complain one little bit about not getting the rest of the greenhouse ready, because this area so desperately needs the rain. Desperately. This rain will hopefully completely, totally extinguish these fires that are going on. And we're really dry right now as well, so the area needs it. Ta-da! We have the bows in. Yay! That makes me happy. That makes me happy. And I showed y'all yesterday, we have our beds actually made, or built and filled. And I did some reading about the cow manure and hay mixture. And this is at least 2 years old. And what I read says that, as long as it's good and crumbly, and as long as you don't smell the manure, that it's ready to use. And we're not going to add anything extra to go with it this time around. So, I don't think it shouldn't be too hot to burn anything. It should be just nice to plant into. We've still got to rake them down, but I want to take you in and show you. It really is nice soil. Nice soil. I made a short this morning, y'all, and I wasn't watching the time, and so if any of you that saw it, you'll notice that it just clicked off without me saying that I love you. But see that? I mean, that's lovely. That's a lovely growing medium. And we will get it all raked out. Where Huey drilled the holes for the bows. That's not going to hurt anything. I'll just flip those things out. But yay, as you can see, even though it looks really, really short from outside, that's partly because the back area is actually lower down to the ground where it's been dug down in. But we're probably about, let me see, I want to say 7 feet. This is on top of my head. 7 feet to the center. And we can comfortably walk down the edge. I think even Chelsea will be able to walk straight down the edge without bumping our head on anything. And of course, when we're working, we're going to be bent over a bit anyway. So the benefit of having the bows a little bit lower, and they're not level yet, because once we get the center bar, the stabilizer bar put down the center, everything has to be screwed into that. So, but I was saying something prior to that. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, I like the idea of it being a little bit more of a low profile. I think that's going to help us in any significant windstorms. But we decided to just put the door on that end. This end will have the big fan. So anyway, but you can see we also left a space down here at the back so that we could just circle this one in the middle. And this one is the one in the middle here. This is the one that we will attempt, if the Lizzies do well this summer, and I'm trusting that they will, this is the one that we will attempt to overwinter them in. And that's going to be kind of cool. Our first year growing Lizzies and our first year trying to overwinter them. I've not ever heard of anybody doing that, so I'm not certain. I'm going to see if I can pull up some more information online. But the one person that we did see that said that it could happen. The only thing they said is that Lizzies are perennial in zones 8 through 10. But in zone 7 that you might be able to overwinter them if you just mulch them really good and heavy. So we're going to mulch that center bed really, really heavy and put a frost blanket over top of it. And just attempt to see what will happen. It certainly will not be a waste. It'll be a good experiment, because if it works, guess what? we're gonna do it every year. But Chelsea and I've been cleaning out the beds across the road, and we almost have them ready. There's some things really coming along. Of course, yarrow is just such a nice perennial because it's strong. The yarrow is doing really, really well. The bupleurum that we got from our friend Kelly, it's doing well. And then we have some bachelor buttons that are doing well. And then we have a couple of things that we're not certain what they are, but they're doing well. That's that situation where I tell Chelsea, well, we'll know what it is when it blooms. Because a lot of these things is our first year ever growing them. So you can't know what you don't know, right? But hopefully once we start getting just accustomed to what something looks like in all the different stages, we'll be able to identify them. Let's go down here and see these girls. But I showed y'all yesterday the winter wheat is doing nicely. It's patchy, but patchy's okay. I mean, some of them didn't really get any. I don't know if the birds ate some of the winter wheat seed. I'm saying that's probably what happened on a couple of these beds. And I mean, it's doing really, really well in the in the walkways. That's not really helping us so much. But some of the beds it's really nice on. All right, where's the other mama? Where's the other mama? She must be around on the hill. It always makes, oh no, over there she is. Actually, she's not a mama yet. She's still a heifer. And that must be her mama, because it looks like she's nursing. She's a little old to be nursing, but we kind of leave that up to their mamas to make that decision. None of our cattle are bred, so it won't hurt for her to nurse a little longer. Eventually she'll stop. But I didn't see her because she's black against her mama. See? That's kind of funny. And this one here with a red tag, her name is Mama Bill. And she had belonged to Jared. And thankfully we were able to buy her from a neighbor who had gotten her originally from Jared's wife. So, yay. She's a sweet girl. All right, y'all. Let's go get some things done inside today. I went ahead and opened up the seedlings as you saw, knowing that it's supposed to rain today. Look at the blackberries getting ready to start putting out some buds. Huey always says that means that we're getting ready to have another cold snap. I always call it blackberry winter. But anyway, I'll have to run outside quickly if it starts raining, because I don't want, if it just sprinkles, it won't hurt anything, but if it rains hard, it'll bust my soil blocks and wash the dirt plumb off the roots, and that's not good. But you can see down here how thick the winter wheat is on some of these rows. It's just crazy. We're learning, y'all. We're learning to do the cover cropping, and this year we'll be much more diligent and know more about what we're doing. I did buy a class from Bree, the young woman in Colorado. I bought her class on cover cropping, and I'm learning a great deal from it. It's just a little short class, just about an hour long. But that's my goal, to be able to cover crop effectively. And I think that will eventually save a lot of money, that it will also put a lot of nutrients into the soil and give us a nice compost to actually plant through. It'd be a little tough the way that we plant, but just getting them in the ground into the extinguished cover crop will be a bit of a challenge. But then from then on, the cover crop will serve a wonderful purpose by protecting the ground, by protecting the dirt, keeping it from packing in rain and whatnot. It will also keep it just moist in dry weather, and that's really important, because that'll save a whole lot of work, because we do not have irrigation system. But all those things are important. And see, these things, we are going to build raised beds, and we've decided that we're going to build them 4 foot wide, because that's what our hoop bender bends, these pipes. And we're going to set them into the raised bed, into the wood, like Hugh did those up there. And that way we'll be able to just go ahead and put the frost blanket over top if we need to. We'll be able to put the greenhouse plastic over top if we need to use it as a little bit of a hoop house. So we're going to build those things all over the place. But anyway, I love y'all much. I'm looking forward to getting a lot done inside this weekend. We've spent most of the last couple of weeks outside, which is wonderful. But now it's time to spend some time inside and get my floors cleaned, do a little bit more work in the basement, and pay some attention to my puppies. My Kaiser turned 10 years old yesterday, which was also my mother's birthday. She would have been 95 if she were still with us. But yeah, it was a good day. All right, y'all. Love you much. Bye-bye.